Now, yesterday we have landed with different type of function. We have not gone into the functionality of tree set in detail. Now, what we'll do is that today we'll dedicate the session for only working with the functions like ceiling, comparator, then your descending set. This is the separate type of descending. This is a descending iterator, and will be converting the same type of function into working of floor function. What is the meaning of higher? What is meaning of lower? What is pull first? What is pull last? And these are the basic functions which are added into this tree set class. So we'll be going into execution of the program that will be concerned about regarding the functions only. And as far as these functions are concerned, we have already gone to splitters and that contains, empty, remove. So we'll not have an example on this same. We have already executed this example previously. So we'll only focus today with this functionality. And there are some 8-10 programs. We'll go into detail what all the functions will be doing whenever we are working with the tree set. So I think you are all clear with this, what how to create object of tree set and what is exactly the hierarchy of tree set is as far as the iterable and the collection framework is concerned. So now we'll move to the programming. Now, first example as a tree set, the first example will go here. What we have created is that we have used this util package, and into this we have used this class public static void. Oh my god, something is wrong. Okay, so we'll run this program in this very simple. We have written every code in try catch block because we are adding some element to tree. So here what we have done is we have created the object of tree set, and we have added some, we are making it a tree set of integers. So only integers will be added, and uh, here we are adding only 4 elements. So 10, 20, 30, and 40. These are added into ascending order by default, and we'll display those lists. Now we'll be using the function called as a ceiling. Now ceiling function, I will be provide some value here. So I am providing it 25. So ceiling will be providing the number which is higher than 25. So though this number is not present in this list, but it will check internally. This is called as a searching and sorting mechanism which is present into tree set. By using the ceiling function, it can show the upper part of this element. So though this element is not present into this tree set, but still we can use this as a key reader, and on based on that we can check whether that element which is ceiling and upper element of those element which we have provided, and we'll be displaying that value as we are getting by using this function. We'll be getting some values. Individual one single value will be received as it is array of integer. So we have used this int as a variable for storing the value into this value as a variable, and that will be displayed. And whenever we are doing some operations like this, it is always preferred to go for try catch block. So here I have used try and catch and null pointer exception because it might be possible we are adding nothing. So if I add preset.add and I'm passing null value here, so this thing may happen, and whenever you are doing like this, it will throw an exception called as a null pointer exception. This is the basic exception being thrown by preset. So this is very simple example, adding element and checking by using a ceiling. What is the ceiling value of this number called as a 25? So we'll go for the executing this program. So basic purpose of programming is to check what is the meaning of ceiling. So 10, 20, 30, and ceiling 25 we have given. So as far as our knowledge is concerned, 25 is reside between 20 and 30. So which is greater? Ceiling means it will check for the upper value of that element. So we have considered 25 as a number, and the upper value is 30. So ceiling and floor, these are two contrast parts. So if you are using ceiling function, the next element, though this element is not present into this preset, but still, if you are considering this as an element, temporary element, if the greater element, which is the element which is greater than this number, will be provided as a ceiling value. So ceiling function is for getting the next immediate higher value of any element you are providing within this parenthesis. So here I have used 25 as a number. If I am using 15 as a number, so it should show me 20 because 20 is greater than 15. So here I have used 25. That's why. So so it is just 15 I have used. So see, ceiling will be displaying upper value. So 15, if you are using and you are using ceiling as a function, it will provide you 20. So by default, the 20 is number. So you can create just like for integer, you can create for string also for any element or variable like character also for boolean data type for your integer float. You can use any preset and you can check the values for using a ceiling function. So are you getting this ceiling function? The purpose of ceiling function? Are you
Yes,
getting it?
sir. Yes, sir.
Same, okay. Same way there is a floor function. Same function, floor. So here I am created same program. I am implementing a util package and I am creating a tree set with name called as a tree add, and it is an integer tree set. So here I have added some elements. So four, five, seven elements are added in a very different way. Some in regular format, some with different values. So 500, 25, 45, 10, 20, 30. Automatically, whenever these elements are added into this, it will be following some standard of ascending. So any element which is added, it is automatically sorted immediately. And after that, we'll be displaying those elements. Now we'll go forward checking the floor value. Floor means what? Lower value. Okay. So I will just comment this remaining part of this program. Only floor of 25. Floor means what? Lowest value than the 25. Lowest value from 25. Lowest value from 25. So we'll get an output as 20. So ceiling will be providing the higher value, floor will be providing you the lower value of that element. So though we have added in a very different way, but still we'll get an output in 5, 10, 20, 30. It is in sorted way because tree set follows ascending order of insertion. Automatically it goes for that mechanism. And as we are using a floor function, we are getting the lower value of the number we have specified in this function called as a floor function. So these are the two functions of your. So one is ceiling function. So this we have completed, and one is floor function. So these two functions are clear. Now, are you clear with these two functions now?
Yes, sir.
Are you clear with these two functions, floor and ceiling?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the way of writing any function. So tree set, tree add is name of the object of a tree set, and we are using only the floor function. Okay. So we'll move to for the next one. That is first and last. So we'll be going for two functions, first and last function.
सर
Yes.
सर आज सैटरडे है ना तो लेक्चर कैसे
Hmm?
सैटरडे को हॉलीडे
Saturday.
होता है ना सैटरडे को हॉलीडे होता है ना दैट्स वाई कोई
आ-
ऐड नहीं हुआ है तो बाकी लोगों का मिस हो
आज नहीं हुआ
जाएगा
क्या?
सर सैटरडे
फिर
को
क्या
लेक्चर
करना है?
नहीं होती है ना इसलिए
मैंने आज
अभी
मैंने बोला था ना,
मुझे
मेरा एक दिन मिस हुआ था।
हाँ तो अभी बाकी लोग नहीं आए
करूंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
चलो चलो
आई विल शेयर अ वीडियो।
ओके
We'll go on. It is very simple. New concept नहीं, we are only working on the functionalities. Okay. उसका revision भी हम आगे कुछ दिन fast में ले लेंगे, कोई दिक्कत। Now these two functions are clear. Now we will see the floor and ceiling function. Now we'll move to this another example. This is example number 3. We'll be using some different function. That is sorry. We are going in the same function. Sorry. Now in this function, what we'll do is that I'll put this in a comment. We'll have a same example of adding same elements, but here I will use this function called the first and last. So what will this first and last will be doing? First will be displaying the first element of this tree automatically. Though this 10 is first, it will not be in 10. This 10 number is not first preset. It is somewhat different. We are saying last, the 45 is not the last element into this tree add set. So the output is somewhat different. So it will be following the mechanism of tree. And see, after inserting the value of this tree, first value will be displayed. Though we are adding 10 as a first element, this is not a first element. So first and last is the function. First and last is the function to display the first and last element of your tree set. Are you getting? First and last. First element, last element. सिंपल प्रोग्राम है, उसमें कोई चेंज नहीं किया मैंने, सिर्फ एक एरे प्रीसेट का एरे बना दिया है. I have just created a preset array, and into that we have added those elements, and we have directly called this function by first function and last function. So that is simple one-line syntax, and you can access the first element and last element. And previous what we have seen, the floor and seal function. So floor will be displaying the lowest value from the given value, and a ceiling will be providing you the higher value from the current value which you have provided. So these four functions are now completed. So lower, first and last. I think so it is not there. See this one. Okay. Now we'll move to the third, next, same second element with I will go for this function called as higher and lower value. Higher and lower value. We'll run this program. What is higher and lower will do? So just like a floor and seal, same when you are using floor function or seal function, it's same like that. If you don't want to use floor function, you can use lower function. So who is lower of 30? Automatically it will show 20 as a lower function. Who is higher than 30? It will automatically show 40 is a higher than 30. So 30 will be considered as a basic node. Lower value will be considered by using function called as a lower. Higher value will be considered by using a higher function. Same can be done. If you want to access this one, you can use floor function for accessing this upper value. You can use ceiling function. So same, just like a higher and lower, you can use floor and ceiling also. Same execution, no issue. Are you getting this one? So we have completed with 6 functions. First, last, floor, ceiling, higher and lower. So are you clear with these 6 functions?
Yes, sir.
Are you clear with this? Okay. So we'll move for the third example. Same preset. Same preset. Example 3 we have added with the preset with integer, and all elements are added over here. Now here I'll be using a pull function. Pull first. Pull means what? Removing first element. Push means what? Adding element. Pull means what? Removing element. So if I want to remove the first element, I will be using pull first. So, and this is a simple example for the purpose of iteration. So you can display it by using system.out.println also, and you can use it by using navigator also. So there are 2 ways. So I have used this navigator. Now I have not explained navigator. So see, we are having this element. So just I will go for system.out. Before displaying, I will display the list preset first. So tree. So these elements will be added. Now you find the preset is contain 1, 2, 13, 14. Here I am using a function called as pull first. Pull first will be accessing the first element of the preset, and it will be directly deleted. So here what we have done, we have displayed it, and it is showing that this has been removed. And after that, we are using iterator to display the remaining part of this preset. So we have 213, 104, 130, and 330. All 5 elements are already present over there. So the basic purpose of pull first is remove the first element. Same way, we can go for removing the last element also. So the name of the function is pull last. Pull first to delete the first element, pull last to remove the last element. So we'll run this program. So see, after removing this 130, so you will get the list of only remaining parts of this tree set. So are you clear with pull first and pull last? Pull means removing, push means adding. You can use remove function also, but remove function it is basically preferred for adding, removing the first element and last element is always referred to as, because you don't know the name of this first element and last element. You just can access directly by using, without providing its index number, without providing the value of this element. So you're just providing this name of function, automatically it will remove the first element, and same way it will remove the last element. So are
Sir,
you clear with this
if we use
function?
only remove function, then
You can remove
element
function. Now see what is
first
different.
to last.
Now you see what is difference between this remove function is that if I want to remove some element like this, what I have to do is that I have to provide this. I have to provide like this. I have to provide suppose like I will remove one. So I have to say one. Now here there is one. One is already removed. So we'll remove three. 1, 3, 13. Now see 1, 3, 13 is removed. Now what is the basic difference between two is that this is this is multi-purpose. Only if you are removing this one, using this one, this can also work. Full remove function without parameter is not allowed in this tree set. Now this remove function without parameter can be used in another, like linked list and array list. You can use this one without parameter. Now this what will do is that it will remove the first element automatically in linked list and in array list. But when you go for using this remove function, it will show an error like this. There should be some object in the type, just like tree set. It should be some integer should be provided so that it will go for the removing that element. Only remove function cannot remove it. If I'm saying 13, so in that way I'm providing the value. If the number is not present over there, suppose I'm sending 1113, so this number is not present over there. Still this will compile and this will run because that element is not there. It will show a false message. Okay. So see what is there? It is showing me a false message. So it will check. Now whenever you want to use the concept of stack, push and pop, that type of concept, you are not concerned with the value of this element. So at that situation, it is always preferred to use the pull first and pull last. So these are the functions which know which element should be added or removed, whether from the first node of your tree set or from the last node of tree set. So there is no need. You directly call the function and you get an output directly. But when you go for remove function in tree set requires some parameters, some values. And if I'm saying one number, so it will directly go for the value of one. If I'm saying 113 number, it will go for the value of 13. So the removing element is somewhat different compared to the pull first and pull last. So here we are following some algorithm. Here there is no algorithm. It is just directly deleting the element from your tree set. So are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cloning. Now cloning is one of the feature where you can create a duplicate copy of your tree set. So in this simple example, what I will do is that I will create one tree set and I want to create a clone of the tree set. So I need two objects. And as we are knowing that whenever you are creating a clone of another type, so you should have the same class itself. You cannot create a clone of tree set with the array list. Cloning can be done from the same data type source. So tree set, if you want to do explicitly, you have to do the typecasting over here. But here, what we just go for the implementing this technique of cloning this element. So first tree object, that is tree object of tree set of integer, will be adding these three elements, that is 12, 13, and 14. Now second tree set, this clone tree set, this is object of same tree set class, but here we have not added anything into this object. Only three elements are added into tree. So what the three elements are 12, 13, and 14. Now how to clone this one? So now I want to do is that I want to transfer these three values, three elements, object having all three elements into this object called as a clone tree. Now how to do that one? It's very simple. Tree is the name of an object, that is parent object, class object, and dot clone. So automatically it will create a duplicate copy of this object and it will be transported into this object. But see, whenever I am doing this one, it is need to be typecasted. So if you are transferring integer into any the other data type, you have to go for typecasting. Here you have to do a typecasting with the help of an object. So cloning of this will be considered as a tree set object, and that tree set object will be added into this clone tree. And after that, we'll be iterating. That means we will be retrieving the elements of clone tree. We are not retrieving the element of tree here. So clone tree elements will be iterated and it will be displayed on a screen. So we'll go for executing. All elements of tree will be transferred into clone tree. So see 12, 13 and 14. These are the elements of tree object and we are transferring into this because we are using a function called as a clone tree. This is the object of a second tree class, that is clone tree, and we have created iterator object of the same class. So we are not using tree, we are using clone tree. So whenever there is a reason you want to create a separate copy and you don't want to make any changes into the primary class, you want to make some manipulation into the second copy. What you do regular when you are doing something, any if you are creating a resume. Now if you have your first copy of resume, what you do is that you automatically go for save as and you save in another file, and then you make some changes into your resume for the purpose of upgradation. Now same way, if I don't want to make changes into my primary, that is first class elements, so I want to do some manipulation at the runtime. So what it is preferred, it is always preferred to go for cloning. And this is cloning, this is an interface which is present in your java.util package by default, and all the classes of tree set by default inherit. So there is no need for you to go for inheriting the tree set. So it is in the definition of tree set. The cloning is an interclass interface. It is automatically in your tree set. We have seen in the declaration of tree set this cloning is already being inherited. And same this clone function is only present into this clonable interface. So are you clear with this clone? How to create a duplicate copy of the same object? Are you clear? Yes. Shall we move?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now second function, that is comparator. Now see what is comparator. Now see this comparator. This is a function of class comparator. This is a function of class comparator. Now what it does? It returns compare. It returns compare that agreements that here what we are doing is that we will be going for running a program that will be doing some operation of comparator, that will be doing some operation of comparison of different elements of your list. So what we want to create first list, that is tree set. First tree set elements are added into this tree object. Here I have added this six elements, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. These are the 6 elements added into tree object. And what is tree object? Tree object is nothing but a tree set. Now I want to do some comparison. Now the second object of comparison, and what I have done is that I have displayed the first three. Whatever elements are there, I will be displaying those elements. And now, previously what we have done is cloning. Tree.clone was the function for the purpose of making the second copy. Now comparator is a function where we'll be comparing the element first value with the element of the second value. But here what we have done is that I have not added anything into this tree set, tree comparison. So tree compare doesn't contain any value, but still I can go for comparison. So how to compare those three? So tree dot comparator. So here tree set and tree comparison. If it is not done, if there are nothing, no execution, else go for this one. But when I run this program, as I have not added anything into second tree set, it will go for the execution of lower part. Of lower part. So comparator will, what it will do is that it will compare the first value of tree object with the first value of tree comp value variable. So how to compare value of one element with the another element can be done with a function called as comparator. And this comparator is from the class called as a comparator. It is external class which is automatically being inherited by your tree set during the program execution. So here we are directly using this function called as comparator, and that's why it is present into your method declarations of tree sets. That's why it is present in your method declaration. So comparator is only for the comparing the elements of one tree set with the elements of another tree set. So all elements will be compared with one another. So here my tree set second is containing nothing, so there is no comparison. So that's why it is showing some, what we call as a comparator. And cloning. Cloning is for the purpose of making a duplicate copy, and comparator is for the purpose of one object of tree set with the another object of tree set. So are you clear with this? Okay. Now this is one way of displaying any element. By default, any tree set. By default, any tree set is displayed in ascending order. By default, iterator is displaying the elements in ascending order. To make it reverse, that is to make it in to get displayed in a descending order, we are using a function called as descending iterator. You know everything. We have gone for this example many times. Now this is the way where we are using iterator as an interface. Iterator as an interface. Now there is one more what you call as an interface which is inherited by default by this tree class. One more interface. It has been different. When you go for declaration, you see this navigatable set. This is an interface. Now this is inherited by tree set by default, and there is one function that can display the element in reverse order also. That can display the elements in reverse order also. So what is the name of that function? It is descending set. So descending set is a function to display the elements of your tree set in descending order, but the class here it is navigatable set. So same operations showing elements in descending order, but different function from different class. Iterator class with descending iterator, navigable set with descending set. The same example we will be doing for displaying the elements in descending order. Here what we have done is that I have created one tree add object and another tree reverse. So what I want to do is that I want to create the first element, first tree set with 4 values, and using this descendant, I want to transfer automatically. When I am using this function, automatically it will be creating an element, and that will be added directly into this another tree set. So what is return type of this function is that return type is only, it is the mechanism of adding its output into another tree set. What is it? Previously, whenever we are using descendant iterator, it is for the purpose of only displaying. Here, what we'll be doing, we'll be returning a value that will be added into another tree set. So we'll be adding all these values into this one, but it will be following a mechanism called as a descendant. Means what? It will be first adding 17, then 13, then 2, and that 1. So first I will do is that I will display the first previous value. So first, after adding this, I will show tree set at initial stage. How is it displayed? So we'll go for that one. So how this tree at will be containing the value, and after that, what I will do is that I will go for descending set. Descending set will be retrieving those value of tree add. It will be typecasted into tree set class, and it will be added into this object called as a tree reverse. It will be added into the object called as a tree reverse. and after that I will be displaying this value of this tree reverse. So simple program, but different way of execution. So see, I have 113, 17 and 2, 113, 17 and 2. And here what I will do is that I will be adding, displaying this value automatically. It will be displayed in ascending order. Same way, I'll go for descending set. And what descending set will do? It will display the value into reverse order. So same like descending iterator, descending set can be displaying the value in reverse order. Only difference is that here the return type is not an integer, not a variable, not a thing. It is an object. It is return type is always an object because here we are doing typecasting, and this object will be automatically added into this list or as a tree set at its specific location. So there is no need for writing another add function for adding those elements into second tree set or class object. So are you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. This is now we'll go for another move called as hash set. Now hashing is a function. Now what is hash set? We are there in a hash set. So see, there is one more function of called as hash set here. So this hash set. Now what is this hash set? It is sorted set. It is what? Sorted set. Set. And what will it return? The group of elements that are less than a specific element. So what it will do is that it will be providing the elements which are lower from the given value of this element. Now this, when you go for this sorted set, this is a parent of your tree set. By default, it is having some functionality. So sorted set contains one function called as hash set, and hash set will be getting an element which are less than the specified element. So same program here will do is that here will have some elements. So what are lower from 15 is which all elements are lower than from 15? It's 12, 13, or 14. These are elements which are lower than 15. This element. So first, what I will do is that I will create an object of tree set, what is a tree, and I add this 6 elements. And I am same way I am creating object of another same tree set class with another object name called as a tree head set. Now what here I will do is that I'll be using hash set. And yes, what is the meaning of set? Set is means what? You are creating a subset. You are creating what? A subset, a small set from the given series of tree set. So tree set is nothing but a combination of a class object which contains multiple elements. But if I want a specific series, only limited range of elements only. So how it can be done? I want only a subset of some elements should be added into separate class. So that can be done by using a hash set. So hash set will be dividing your parent tree set into some section, and that will be done by providing the value. Here I will be saying that I want a value which is less than 15. So all values which are less than 15 should be added into another tree set. So this tree set is of another class object, and here I am only adding using one function, and automatically you will get all the elements which are less than 15 into this tree set. The remaining logic is only for the purpose of displaying those tree hash set. The new tree hash set what we have created, that is only will be displayed. So below line are only for the purpose of displaying those ones. So major part is that how we can create a subset using a value. So the name of function is hash set, and it is from the class poison. Which class? Which class? Hash set is from which class? See, less than 15. 14 is less than 15, 12 is less than 15, 13 is less than 15. So all three elements will be added into this object at the runtime. So no need to go for searching and then go for individual adding those elements, checking the value and then adding into this. That can be done directly by using a hash set. So what is the name of class? What is the name of a class of hash set? Which class contains this function called as a hash set? The name of the class is sorted set interface. Okay. Then the third last example. Subset. Now, if I am having this whole list and I just want these elements from this only some in between parts. Previous example, what it says, it creates only two values. That is, only two sets of the whole tree set can be created. Only two. You can branch it only in the two parts. Now, if I want only middle section, some limited range of elements, here we will be using a function called as a subset. Now, subset is again, where is it? Subset. See, subset. Now, subset is a function of again of sorted set, again of the sorted set. Now it returns a set of elements that lies between the given range between the includes from elements and excludes of elements. So includes from elements and excludes of elements means what? When you go for programming, what you'll do is that we'll be adding elements from the 3 to 7. 3 to 7 includes the start. What it says, includes from element and excludes two elements means what? In this programming, 3 will be considered, 4 will be considered, 5 will be considered, 6 will be considered, but 7 will be excluded. It will not be considered into this subset. So here in whole tree set, we'll be creating a small subset of range, and the range is from minimum value to the maximum value. So minimum value element will be added into tree set, but maximum value element will not be added into tree set. So we'll have a subset of this tree set, that is tree add, into another object called as a tree subset. So tree subset will be containing only tree add subset elements from the value which is ranging from 3 to 7. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be added into this subset. You have to keep in remember the last element is not considered into this preset. So see, 3 is there, though 3 is here, it is first element, it is included. 4 is there, 5 is there, 6 is there, 7 is not there, because last element is excluded whenever we go for subset. So are you clear? Are you clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the previous
Yes,
okay,
sir.
previous example is of headset. Headset means what? It will be dividing into two parts. Subset. Now next one. Subset will be divided into, will be fetching only limited values, range from start to end. Range initial value will be considered, but the last value will not be considered. This you have to keep in mind. Okay. So we move for the next function of the same, that is tail set. Just like headset. In this we are getting all values from 12 to 50. And tail set, when I am using tail set, it will be displaying the tail values, यानी इसके आगे की values का मुझे वो subset बताएगा. So here we are using the same program. Here I am adding 8 elements and I am saying 5 means 5 के बाद वाली. When I am saying true means what? 5 will be considered in the tail. If I am saying false, this 5 will not be considered in this tail. Same program, simple example. Two class object. First will be adding all elements. Second will be temporary storage of those elements. So here I am using this one, and here I will be displaying those value of the first set. So here simple example, I will copy this one and I will display this array set. So tree tail set example, tree tail. So tree tail data, and I am using this object, and this will be displaying this value of this tree set. So all elements will be added and that will be displayed, and I am using called as a tail set. And here you will get all the elements which are greater than 5, and including 5 will be considered because we are seeing true. So we'll go for running this program. See, you are getting this all values, and as we have seen that 5, so 5 is there, 6 is there, 7 is there, 8 is there. And as I am saying true, so 5 will be displayed. If I am saying false, if I say by default false, so when I run this program, I will get an output, but where the 5 will be removed. 5 will not be considered. The simple example, tail set and head set. Head set will be displaying all elements which are greater than those elements. So if I am saying tail set, so it will be like this. If I am saying head set, so it will display me greater than 5. So false means it is not displayed. If I am saying true, 5 will be displayed. See, 5 is displayed. Are you clear with tail set and head set?
Yes, sir.
Are you clear with? Okay. And last example, we'll be using ceiling now. I think it is repeated now again. Let it be. We'll go for ceiling function again. Now here, what I want to do is that I want to check the null values, whether it is there or not. So simple tree, I'm adding 10, 20, 30, 40 elements. I'm displaying those elements, and here I'm trying to compare with null value. Now ceiling means what? I'm comparing something with the given value. So which is greater than? Ceiling is what? Which is greater than. So null is a number which is not specified. There is no value to the null. So I am checking it with the ceiling, and we'll check whether there is an exception or there is an execution of this program. See, there is always an exception called as a null pointer exception, because null from version 1.7 onwards you cannot use for the purpose of comparison. You cannot use for the purpose of addition. So null cannot be added. If I try to add this element again with null value, at the initial state, we'll see whether it is working or not. So we'll go for null to be get added. If I add null value, what it will do? See, null pointer exception. So null values cannot be added into the tree set. This is one example what we have. Are you clear with this one? I think so. We have covered all the functions. So for just revision, function script what we have covered. Add all, ceiling, comparator, descending iterator, descending set, floor, hash set, then another hash set. You can use from sorted set also, you can use from navigator set. The output is same. There's no change into this. Here, whenever you're using sorted set, your true and false values are provided. Whenever you're using navigator set, true and false values. So why, suppose I want the current value, that is we have seen, that is I have provided 5 comma false, 5 comma true. So if I'm using that one, it will automatically switch to navigatable set. And if I'm providing only one value, that is 5, 10, 15, any number, so it is considering it from a sorted set. So this is the two things, same name of functions, but it's called as function overriding. You are not overloading, you are overriding those functions. Same higher, we have used iterator, lower, pull first, pull last, then splitter, we have used subset, we with two values. From navigator also we have used subset, we have used tail set. So tail set can be used in two ways, sorted set also, in navigatable set also. In navigatable, you can use subset from navigatable set also and from sortable set also. Same function, same functionality, no change. Only parameters are changed. If you are using Boolean value true and false, it will be considering it as navigatable set. If you are not considering true and false value, it will be considered as sortable set. So a tail set contains is empty, remove, clear, clone. I think so. All functions of this tree set we have completed. So are you clear with this one? Any doubt?
No, sir.
We have gone into more detail. इतना डिटेल में कोई जाते नहीं. Okay.